Good evening, Cubes of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and joining me, as he does most Tuesdays, we have Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics. Rob, how you doing this evening, sir?
Oh, I'm awake for now.
And another semi-regular co-host and part of the channel now, Steve, the Voice White. How you doing, Steve?
Oh, not bad. Hey, I'm becoming a regular. Excellent.
Yeah. You
It's better to be regular than be irregular.
That's very true.
And of course, coming back to join us once again, we have Ben Parker from Ben Parker Comics.
Howdy.
How's it going, Ben?
It's going good, man. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't get to talk as often as I'd like, but it's always a pleasure when we do. But for a quick introduction of yourself, what your IG's about, because I know you don't do the YouTube really, and we'll say hi to the chat, and then we'll come back to you, sir.
All right. Ben Parker Comics on Instagram, and I pretty much just show off my own personal collection and interact with people about, things we all love. And I don't do many sales, but I do want to eventually start a YouTube because that's what everybody does. And, just another way to connect and interact with everybody on another level. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll say hi to the chat real quick. And first in tonight, beating Las Cruces, Hulk Collector Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? Nice to see you, buddy. But not far behind him. We, of course, have James Las Cruces all the way from New Mexico. Good evening, sir. How are you? Also joining us this night, we have one of my all-time favorite people, Jerry the Jitterbug, 23 Munch. How you doing tonight, sir? Miss Tina Carrington, one of the best out there. One of the OGs. How you doing, Tina? Nice to see you. Steve White, our co-host. We have Circumstances, Mark. And make sure you guys tune in for FOC and Chill after the 10-1-1 this evening. And Shop for Comics is here. Good evening, Shop. How you doing, sir? Brian LCS. Good evening, Brian. Nice to see you. All right. We have Paul from Psychedelic Comics. Good evening, Paul. How you doing, sir? Nice to have you on board. Brad Wellbore, how you doing tonight, Brad? Hope the oil day was a good day for you, sir, and you weren't working too hard out there. Joe from Anachronic Comics, how you doing tonight, Joe? Great to see you, buddy. And going down, we have Mr. DVH, Dr. Von Hoot, who is going to be coming up again on the 10-1-1, so watch out for his appearance. And I think, are we... Nope. Chris from Retro Rocket Comics, who's also coming up on the 10-1-1 in the new year. So watch for Chris. It should be a fun show, finally getting him on. And I think, Seth 11. Good evening, sir. Nice to see you. Every time I think we're cut up a few.
Oh, there's a couple more.
Scott Vaughn, how you doing tonight, Scotty? Nice to see you. Ronnie, good evening, sir. Nice to see you. And Comic Cap Collectibles, good evening. Nice to see you. Also coming up on the show. So a lot of our future guests and older guests. Mr. Taylor Winder. Everything's fine, Taylor. He has the power. And we got to get Taylor on here again, too. Trev, the shipping guru. Great to see you, Trev. How you doing tonight, sir?
There you go.
All right. And finally, we are caught up. Ben, we're going to kick it back to you, sir. Why don't you start us out with your first book? And were you themed tonight or just random?
What's that?
Did you have a theme tonight or just random grabs?
No, it's pretty eclectic.
DJ?
But yeah, DJ Links. What's up, man? All right, so first book is this old chestnut, ASM 300, and
is that a key?
Maybe. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
I get confused because I've seen this cover a bunch of times, and I'm not quite sure.
It doesn't get homaged.
It's once or twice. It
gets homaged in the next issue.
Right.
They're homaging the homages at this point. But so this, I've owned probably 20 or 30 of this book, and I used to give them away. I would. Somebody would buy something from me on eBay, and I'd just slip one of these in there, and I had a 9.8 at one point, and it's one of many books that we sold off. But so I was fortunate enough to hold out for a long time and actually made a deal with Zarabinsky Pulp Media, Thomas on Instagram, and he gave me a great deal on this, and it's in really fantastic condition. So that's just a nostalgia book that I'm not going to let go of easily again.
Right. And it's funny that you used to just give them away, right?
Insane. I mean, yeah, those and ASM 252s. And I mean, I gave all those, the Secret Wars 8s. It was like, this is a key, and I have 20 of them, you know.
All right. After the show, we're all buying something from Ben.
Yeah.
Right.
Get your free ASM 300.
I'm down to one of each now. So.
What do you have 20 of now?
Right.
I remember the day that book came out too. People had stacks of those in their hands when I was at the LCS, and I didn't even get one of them. My brother had like 3 or 4 of them in his hand.
Yeah, I think I bought 4 copies the day it came out.
Yeah,
I don't have any today because I had sold my collection since then. But
I don't think I even picked my first one up until a couple of years after it came out, probably. But yeah,
I found mine laying in a junk drawer.
right.
you did. I remember that.
figures.
Zach, how you doing? All right, number 2, Ben.
Moral of the story: clean your drawers.
Yeah, really.
Funny, my mom used to tell me the same thing too. Wear clean drawer. Oh wait, no. Sorry.
Go clean out your drawers.
And second book, Ben?
All right, number 2 is it's actually in magazine format.
Oh,
and
nice.
Ooh, yep.
It's Marvel Comics Super Special Volume 1, issue 16, The Empire Strikes Back. And this actually predates the Marvel comic book series by several months. And this, the book, the series that we're all familiar with reprinted this book in issues 39 through 44.
I hear that movie might have some legs.
It may have some legs, and Star Wars is just slowly becoming popular.
Oh, it's a good time to get in on it, then I suppose.
Well, it's funny because I AOK'd one of those out last year.
Are you kidding me?
I never got it, Gary.
Huh?
I never got it. Why
I
not?
can't even remember who I AOK'd it to.
This in a 9.8 is around $3,600.
Yikes.
So
The one I AOK'd was probably like in 8.85.
Still,
yeah, I hear you.
very
Yeah,
nice.
so
So your
Well-
first appearance of a whole bunch of people there: Yoda, Boba Fett.
Well, I knew what it was, but I
Yeah.
sent it to the. I forgot who I sent it to, but I sent it for a reason.
Oh, oddly enough, sitting right here, I have a miniature version of it.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Digest.
freaking cool.
So you have a Bible and a pocket Bible. Very good.
Exactly. This one's in the nightstand version, you know.
You find them in every
Is that the-
hotel room.
Right, the Gideon Scott version.
Yep.
Oh, I apologize if I'm insulting anybody's religion.
Now, do you also have the Do you have the Treasury editions too, Ben?
I do, yeah. Yeah, at least a few of them. I don't even know how many there are.
I believe there's only 3. There's 1 and 2, which is no, there might be 4. There's one that collects all of them together as well.
Okay, I don't have that one. I've definitely got the first 2, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, when I sent that out as an AOK, I got it from my LCS for $12.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, I wasn't really out anything, I was like $12 and I made somebody happy. Who cares?
Sure. That's cool, man. Definitely.
All right, number 3, sir.
All right, number 3 is Marvel Year in Review 1989.
Nice.
And I have picked up a bunch of these over the years just because I thought it was so cool. It's actually in the format of a Time magazine on the inside with like cool Stark Industries advertisements and um, um, damage control. Like if you need something, a building demolished or something, call us. You know, I mean, it's like all that cool stuff, and then like news stories of the day, like the whole turning from green to gray and things like that. You know, I mean, it's all absolutely in the format of an actual.
And that is a sweet cover.
It really, yeah, it's really great. Early Todd.
Sounds like they were trying to steal Mad Magazine there with the parody of everything in that one.
Really, yeah. Yep. But I always thought these were pretty cool. So
I love all the oddity stuff, because the oddity things, you know, usually if you do find them, they're not in good shape anymore because they've been treated like garbage. So when you do find them in good shape, it's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
There you go. Chris has one sitting on his rack at the comic shop.
Oh, he's got to grab that now.
Nice.
Thank you, Marcus.
It's now available for $100.
You saw it here first.
Number 4, sir.
All right. Number 4 is a French comic. It's Titans number 90. And this is from 86, and it reprints Star Wars issue 90 and, oddly enough, Vision and Scarlet Witch number 3.
Makes sense that they go together.
Absolutely.
Now, can you hold that a little closer? Because that cover looks great.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally why I got it. I picked it up.
That is a fantastic cover.
That is cool on Endor.
Yeah, exactly. So I got that from AZB Comics on Instagram, who cut me a deal for several of these French issues. But that's
the first I've ever heard of that or seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it before either.
Yeah,
I will admit that at first when I saw it, I thought it was a comic adaptation of the Battle for Endor. But
yeah,
as
that
opposed
freaking
to
disaster of a movie.
That and the Caravan of Courage.
Yeah.
Well, I always remember that little meme too that says if they had a dress for Princess Leia, that means they ate someone that was her size.
Right. Yeah. How did they happen to have it?
Well, there's cool. Like on the back, they have Aladdin and the
Ooh.
X-Men and
Silver Surfer.
You know,
Nice.
I mean, yeah, pretty cool comics.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's some nice, neat. All right, so you brought a couple things I hadn't seen before. Very nice.
Excellent.
All right, number 5, sir.
All right.
Like the things-
And I love foreign comics. They're so cool, especially sometimes the way they recolor things or they restructure the panels. And sometimes they'll just make one panel smaller and they'll pick another panel to focus on and make bigger, it's just always weird.
Yeah. All right, so this is ASM number 12,
Nice.
which is now
Mylar Magic.
I mean, can you tell?
Yellow covers.
Now the oldest Spider-Man comic book that I own since I
nice.
got rid of my number 1 years ago. But this I actually won from that Spider-Man booth way back when they were doing only on YouTube primarily. And
Right. That was when Taylor would win something. Taylor Winter would win from like 3 times a week.
at least, yeah. So this was weird though, because I never saw or heard that I had won it. It just showed up in my mailbox one day, and I was like,
Wonderful surprise.
Oh yeah, that's not a good unboxing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's shout out to JPG for the back in the day shows.
Oh yeah.
And no surprise, Taylor Winter says he misses those days. I mean, when you're winning 3-4 times a week, I would miss them too.
I do too. I won tons of stuff from them, and I think it just became probably not financially sound for them to keep going that way. But
A lot of folks loving the yellow ASM cover. Of course, that being the first yellow ASM cover.
Yep. Third appearance of Dr. Octopus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, who is your favorite Spider-Man artist?
Oh man.
You can say the right answer. It's okay.
I mean, I like Romita.
There you go. That's
See,
the right
right
answer.
Congratulations, you passed. We were afraid you weren't a real Spider-Man fan for a second, but
Say Todd.
I know. I mean,
worse, say something like Junior.
Todd got me reinterested in Spider-Man after taking a long.
He did help
Sure.
reinvigorate it quite a bit. He brought a lot of people back to the title for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I picture Spider-Man, it's always Romita's.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Yeah.
Romita seniors.
So far, I love your theme. We got Star Wars and Spider-Man. I can't disapprove.
Oh yeah, perfect.
You got me engaged.
All right. Number 6, Ben.
All right. Number 6 is another kind of oddball one, and this is
That's not Spider-Man or Star
Mouse.
Wars. I don't know if you know that, but
this is Mouse, and I picked this up on recommendation on just a glowing review from Mark from Legion of Comics, and I was very interested in it because he said it was so personal. Like it was a really deep story, and like it was very vividly, recounted. So I picked that up, and it's also was a banned book in Russia. They banned it in 2015 for violating anti-Nazi propaganda laws. So the fact that this swastika is not drawn accurately as the Nazis would have done it, Russia banned this book,
That's crazy.
which says a lot about Russia. But yeah, this I've read this first volume. I have the second one now, and this is a good read. I mean, it's really interesting.
I had a really tough time trying to find those bloody books, and I finally found them in a thrift store. Just walking along, and boom, they were both there, both volumes. I grabbed them because those were originally printed in a magazine, were they not?
Yeah, in 73, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that Barnes and Noble stocks those, Steve.
Jesus.
what's Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah, up in Canada and Canada, they don't have that kind of stuff up here. We got Amazon. We got to order.
You can just get it through Moose Mail.
Googling
Oh man.
Moose Mail.
Just go to the bookstore. Because there's bookstores on every corner these days, Gary.
Oh, no, but he might have a Barnes and Noble near him. I'm sure there's Canadian Barnes and Nobles.
No, we got Chapters up here, and actually Chapters carries it too.
There you go.
Except they want ridiculous money for it.
It's right across the borders.
Oh. Shout out to Borders.
Yeah, they've been out of business a while. Holy cow.
Yeah, wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, and of course, just
There
like
you
Chris says from Russia Rockets, your LCS can get it in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Talk to your local comic book shop manager. If they won't do it, reach out to Son of Bruce. He'll take care of you.
All right, number 7.
Number 7 is Foom number 8.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
And this I actually picked up recently because I always seen Foom books and never owned one in my whole life, and I couldn't go for the big ones, which are only big because of their covers. People just love to display this title. So this is really cool, and following up Mouse there.
He's
It's
got one.
Cap and Bucky kicking some Nazi ass. So.
I've never seen
Perfect.
Cap wear one white boot and one red boot before.
Yeah, that's right.
He stepped in some snow
I didn't
He stepped in some whiteout.
or some whiteout, or they forgot to color it.
Yeah,
Like that
absolutely.
Batman cover that Todd did.
I hadn't
They screwed
even,
up the moon.
noticed that, but so I picked this up just because it's a title I would love to collect, and this was the one that I could afford at the time.
Is that magazine size
how
or
long
is
did that
it slightly
series go
bigger?
for, Ben?
It is magazine size, and this is a Romita cover as well. And how much does this one go for?
No. How long was the run for? How many issues?
I don't know. I don't think it was super long.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure. I'm really only interested in the low numbers with the the iconic covers, and I believe there's even first appearances
Googling
in some of these. But yeah,
Google.
yeah, I'm not well versed in the title, but I saw this for a price I couldn't pass up.
22, Gary. There's 22 issues.
22 issues.
From 73 to 78.
You know, as much as I'm in a comic shop, I've never come across a Foon book either.
Yeah, never saw
Holy
one.
crap. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tina.
I think there's interiors on this one by Wolfman and Byrne.
And was it anthology? Was there like a couple different stories in it?
I don't even think so. I think it's just like goings on in the comic book community and
Oh, okay, kind of like a fanzine type thing.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't believe it's actually stories.
Oh, all right.
I could be wrong. Again, I'm not the expert on the title, but
If you ever want the boot fixed, just send it to me. I got some crayons around here somewhere. I can fix
You
it
got a
for you.
red Sharpie?
No. I won't use Sharpie. I'll use crayons.
And Marcus said sexy, and the book's not bad either.
well,
It says there's a comment in there from George Perez, Chris Claremont. That's pretty
nice.
cool. Marv Wolfman,
Yep.
Roy Thomas. Holy
Rob,
crap,
if I
there's a
ever
bunch.
send this to you for coloring, I want this boot turned white, actually.
Oh, I could do that too. I got white out.
There you go.
No
Erase.
Let them know, Jerry. We'll find out who they are. John, how you doing?
I haven't yet, so I mean,
Right.
You want me to switch the boots?
There you go. Then color some white gloves on his hands too.
There you
Yeah.
go.
He's
You got to
very
complete it.
fancy back then.
It's going to be the White Walker.
All right, number 8, Ben.
That's cool. Good eye, Rob. I hadn't even caught that. But all right, this is going to be hard to see, but it's a Whitman
Oh,
original. It's the original 3-pack
the pack, yeah.
that I have held on to most of my life,
Wow. Not
and
open.
it's unopened. And believe me, there have been plenty of moments of weakness where I sat with
The
them.
X-Acto knife was in your hand and was shaking.
Yes. So, I even pitched this to one of our chats, the chat that Gary and I were talking about backstage that were in the group chat. I said, should I cut this thing open and send these into CGC? And everybody was like, no.
Yeah, no, the Whitmans aren't worth enough actually in those to justify that. It's probably worth more as a pack like that than it is breaking them out.
Yeah, I believe it is, but it's
really weird because sometimes the Whitmans can be worth something, and sometimes when it comes to the Star Wars, the Whitman ones are just not valued at all. The
right.
reprints are valued more than the Whitmans. It seems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
which is
weird.
great. I love Whitman variants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
It's
whenever I got a bunch of the Conan ones, I see them, I grab them.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize the other day. I just came across that with one of the Shoguns. I didn't realize that it was more valuable than the regular. But sometimes they are.
Wow.
Son of a Bruce was talking about miscoloring on New Mutants 98, and I think you need to go back and relook at that. There, Chris. I think you're incorrect.
Uh-oh.
I think that's part of somebody else's costume. Anyways.
All right, number 9, Ben.
I don't own one of those, so
That's all right. Me either. Don't worry about it.
Nope. Me neither.
Must not be a good book then.
It was the one, it was the one in my wife's run that was missing, so I had to go out and get it at some point.
Tales to Astonish.
This is Tales to Astonish 57. It's a very early Spider-Man crossover, and I mean, it's early Spider-Man in general. So, what's this for? From 64. So,
And an 8.0, nice
Yeah.
grade.
I picked this up on day 2 at Heroes Con this year. and the guy had like 150 on it or something. And I said, it's day 2, man. End of day 2. I mean, give it to me for 100. And he was like, I can't do that. And I said, all right. And I did the trick. I started lowering it down in the box, and he was like, all right, man.
There's a lot of these Marvel Silver Age books that just are ridiculously undervalued, or you would think, or you think that they should be way more than they are, especially in these high grades.
Yeah. But I saw 8.0, and this was one that I didn't have. So yeah, I had to jump on that. Of course,
Trev shot out here. Let's go.
Jack Kirby cover, right?
I believe. Yeah, Kirby and Chick Stone.
Nice. Chick Stone.
Yeah. Nice score.
It is a nice score.
I love those covers though. It's just what a dynamic picture, right? With him just trying to reach out, and they knew how to have fun with their covers.
Oh, and it also a fun fact for Chris, the comic vet, here on the right side. It says the spider emblem is missing from Spider-Man's costume on the cover. So
that's because it's the chameleon and not Spider-Man,
or it's unlicensed.
Right?
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
That is cool. Another missed thing on there, huh?
So white boot and no spider.
Right.
There's my theme.
His error variance. Yes.
So I don't know, Rob, can you draw a spider too?
Oh yeah. Super easy.
Rob said, yeah, send it. I'll take care of that for you.
You got a problem with your cover, Rob?
Drawing a dot with 8 sticks coming out the side of it. Perfect. Super in my wheelhouse.
You're all over that.
Yeah.
I could probably pull that one off.
Kirchberg is Kirby's real name from Biggie Shack.
Kirchberg.
Oh, nice.
Did not know that.
Biggie's a big time Kirby fan. Biggie's got a lot of knowledge. Number 10, Ben.
Number 10 is
Ben 10.
This is, everyone knows what this
is.
Yep.
And
in the bubble too.
Wow.
In the bubble. And when I bought it early this year, I'd never owned one before, and I've chased this for decades. And when it was $100, I was like, no, there's no way I'm paying $100.
Don't you wish you did?
Yeah, I wish I would have. But so fully intended on cutting it out, sending it into CGC after cleaning and pressing immediately, because I pored over eBay listings for years and years, looking at the spine through the bubble, and this is finally one that looked perfect, and it really does in person. It looks really fantastic. So
hang on, hand it over here for a second. I get that.
I will tell you, this was something that when I had mine, after I spent, because I remember, I'll say what I spent on mine. I spent $300 for it in the blister pack like this, and knowing that it was a $300 toy, just as it was, if I cut it open and took that book out, if it hit a 9.6 or a 9.8, I was okay. But a 9.4 or less, I had just lost money.
Right.
And it is not easy to see that the spine in that blister pack. The cover on this is a very thin paper. It's not a traditional comic cover, and it's got that black edge. And they just spine tick up the wazoo. And these were put in because these were sold in KB Toys,
right,
in the mall. At the time these came out, Spider-Man 2099 had already been discontinued for a while. And this was basically, people didn't really know who the character was. It wasn't a huge runaway success. It pretty much got relegated to the discount bin. They got put on these peg hooks. They fell to the ground. They got put in bins full of
tossed around,
right? And so, there's a lot of them out there, a fair number of them anyways. They're getting one that's pristine for the book is rough. I mean, you look at it, last I looked, there was less than 70 copies between CGC and CBCS combined
Yeah,
at a 9.8.
I believe that. So the hanger on the blister pack is busted off, but I didn't care when I bought it because
Do it. You can do it. Come on.
I was I was going to cut it open and do that. But then again, in the group chat that Gary and I have been in the longest, I think, I said, what do you guys think? And my friend Nerd Nostalgia made a great point. He said, absolutely everyone is cracking them to have them slabbed. They're going to be far more rare and valuable in the long run in the blister pack, And I said that, that's solid logic, but
Yeah.
I do want to see a 9.8 of that book hanging on my wall,
There are some people who argued with me about that I should have just, graded the entire toy instead of the book. But,
sure.
At the end of the day, I think it took me about 5 months before I took up the nerve and I just said, forget it. And I razor bladed that book out. And
now, where's your figure though, Rob? Like you should have the 20.
It's in the rest. Everything else is in the blister pack.
Okay.
It's in the garage with my.
I was gonna say, what a nice little display that would make though. If you had like a little glass case with the comic. And
I only slid the book out. Everything else is still in the pack. Like
I can't say I blame you.
My thought is like maybe someday I'll find one that's not as nice, and I'll slide it back in, and I can
re-weld it back together.
Make it look displayable as a all-in-one.
Right.
I'll plastic weld it for you.
So Ben, you were also a big fan of Miguel O'Hara when he came out, huh?
I wasn't. I'm just a completionist, and I saw this variant of a comic book when variants were few and far between, and I just was like, how do I not have that? I've got to have that book.
Right.
And
Rob Milt's asking what that grade was on your Spider-Man 2099.
It's a 9.8.
There you go.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You're welcome for the hookup, Rob.
I've had 2 copies, and Taylor was instrumental in me getting both copies I acquired.
Nice.
One I got from him directly. One he told me, "Hey,
I
somebody's
won't ask you what you had to do for him."
The first one I just traded him something for it. It was no big deal. Oh, I think a mystery box. But this one he alerted to me that somebody was thinking about selling their figure in the blister pack, and so
wow.
I had to go check out the YouTube auction and be one of the many people who, as he got drunker and drunker, can convince him, yes, sell it.
Right. So you want something from Taylor. You send him the alcohol first, and then you have the conversation.
Awful.
Take a shot.
Now, Ben, does seeing Rob's tempt you anymore to cut yours open, or are you finally over it now and you're good?
No, sure it does. Yeah. It does. I would take. I think. Geez, I don't know. I'm back on the CGC wagon after feeling burned by CBCS.
Mm-hmm.
A couple too many times, but
I just sent a book to CBCS.
I'm I'll use them for the signature verification. I don't know. I feel like they might have a little house cleaning to do. But they're doing things. They're upgrading their labels. I've heard their service and turnaround time is
their slabs are their magazine slabs are incredible. You could club a baby seal with those things.
Good to know.
Those things are amazing.
Is that true, Steve?
He clubbed me.
Well, no, I was just curious because I know Canada has got the baby
we got
seals.
lots of baby seals up here to club.
Every time Chris says, "Hey, I'm going to go clubbing tonight," I'm always curious. Wait a second, are you going out to the club or are you going out to see the seals?
Don't pick on Canadian date night, Rob.
That's up where Mark Andrews lives. He's up near the. He's near the Hudson Bay area.
Go out on the ice.
All
right.
So I hope customs checks everything I got coming from Canada currently. Some of it might contain some arsenic.
Going to be in the police again and kept in check.
Right. All right. Number 11 with a personal story attached.
All right. Number 11 is one that. Number 11 is a book that I showed here when it was raw. And sorry, I'm getting my bearings.
You're good.
And this book I took to this is X-Men number 50. This along with 49 I took to Heroes Con this year because my main goal of Heroes Con was to meet Jim Steranko because he's long been my favorite artist and this being my favorite cover by him ever.
Well, now I'm devastated. I thought his whole thing was to see me.
Well, oddly enough, I met Rob for the first time about 10 minutes after I had this book signed. So, and then we pretty much all hung around for the rest of the weekend. But
how was your turnaround time on that one?
I think Lorna's one of the more underrated characters too.
Yeah, and the turnaround time from being submitted at Heroes Con back to me was it was maybe a month and a half. Yeah, it really wasn't bad. And that is CBCS because I couldn't find it was my first con since I was 17 years old. So
wow.
So I had no idea that you had to bring your own buddy from CGC or CBCS or whoever to witness your, and I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? I mean,
right
about that. But
yeah, if you hadn't gone to one in a while.
There was a CBCS guy standing close by, and I was just like, can you please help me out? Because I'm standing in front of Jim Steranko when I find this out. So, but that I've had that book since I was a little kid, and it's been the only copy I've ever owned of that book, and it's always been my favorite X-Men cover. And I got to meet him several times over the weekend, and every time he ran into me, he just walked right up, shook my hand, started an amazing conversation, and he told me how this book was how he stormed into Marvel's offices and said, "Your logo is stupid, and I'm changing it." And this is the change from the broken wood X-Men looking logo to the one that's essentially stuck around forever.
Now, I will give you that's one of the best X-Men covers, only second to the Dazzler one.
To the Dazzler one.
No, the Canadians, the Alpha Flight one. That's the best one.
There you go. 50 is that? Yes, it sure is, Biggie. Yeah, that is a fantastic book, though.
Yeah. I've always loved that one, and I had him sign the issue 49 as well.
So, Ben, are you hooked on going to cons now after meeting?
I am, and I'm so thrilled that I live so close to Heroes Con, and that's the one that, thankfully, the community at large has kind of gotten behind. So,
Heroes Con 2024.
That's right. I will be there.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I like meeting all the creators too. It's awesome, and for Steranko to strike up a conversation and just hang out and chat with them, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible, and that guy is not, at least outwardly, he is not sick of it.
No.
He loves the attention, and he's easy to talk to. He's just got the gift of gab,
I rolled up to Heroes this year. When we get out of the airport, the car pulls up to the hotel. I get out. The first thing that there's Steranko holding court with like actual Dracula and a couple other and they must have been stood outside the door to the hotel for nearly an hour before they
Yeah.
finally came inside,
Holy
just
cow.
chit-chatting and stuff. It's like absolutely crazy.
Yeah, some of those creators, they just love to tell their stories. I mean, they've done so much in the industry, and
And
you know,
he's
they're
there wearing that same suit that you come to.
Yeah. That's of course, until then, I'd only ever seen pictures, but it was always in that suit and that turtleneck. Yeah.
He had a style. He has a style.
And he's pushing 90. I mean, he's. I saw this as my potentially one and only opportunity to meet him, and I missed out on Stan Lee ever meeting him, and that's something I wish I would have been more mindful of.
They should get Steranko to cameo in the Marvel movies as Stan Lee.
That's
There
right.
you go.
And he could. Yeah, he totally could.
TM.
That's awesome.
Trademark that.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
Very good. All right, so that brings us to your spec pick, Ben.
All right. Well, so yeah, anyone who knows me knows that I really don't do spec because I only buy things that
you just give them away.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not giving it
With
away.
any purchase.
300, yeah.
So I don't put a lot of thought into the movies and the things like that drive the spec, because I watch those just to enjoy them, just like comics.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This may or may not still be spec. I'm not sure, but I've always loved this book and this cover, and
I think
it's
a
also
fair
in
one, yeah.
It's in a comic capsule.
There you go.
Spec pick on the comic capsule.
That's right. So use code Ben Parker Comics for free shipping.
This month, if you spend $95
This
more.
month, within the next 2 weeks, in fact.
That's right.
Yeah, but this is one I have. I have a newsstand copy as well, but this one is the nicer of the two, and I've always loved this book, and actually the whole story arc where Mr. Sinister was introduced and everything, and the Goblin Queen and everybody. I mean,
I was just about to say, for those playing at home who may not know, but there you go. You spilled the beans there, Mr. Sinister.
Is he your favorite X-villain?
No, I think my favorite X-villain has always been, as far as like a character, is the Juggernaut, but an entity is the Sentinels.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know one day they'll do Sentinels right in a movie.
Oh yeah.
But the Mr. Sinister is a great pick for a spec pick, just because it's like it's a book or it's a character that really you keep expecting at any given time. He's got a lot of popularity. Yeah.
Great character.
You figure someday he would make it to the movies at some point. But even if not that, everybody just keeps expecting the book to be. I mean, it's the biggest thing that's working against it from a spec standpoint is that it's a 90s book.
Sure. Yeah.
If I'm recalling correctly, somebody may tell me I'm wrong. It might be 80s, but it's
late 80s, like a
221,
87.
Okay, it's still from an era of large print runs.
Yes,
and so that's really the only thing that suppresses its value at this point. But that, as we saw with ASM 300, print run size does not necessarily mean it will stay suppressed forever if the community decides, hey, this is a book we want to covet.
Well, Hulk 181's like that too. There's a massive print run of that too.
Yep.
And
Spawn 1, yeah. Or the 90s X-Men one.
You could trip over that book just walking outside.
Spawn 1. Yeah, Spawn 1. I'm going to be started on that one.
Go down the rabbit hole, get Turok. There's your retirement book.
There you go.
That's right.
No, that's it. I mean, it's a fair book, and we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
There's been hints, but that's all, just hints, whispers.
Just like Mephisto. Where's Mephisto?
Right. Well,
In everybody's head.
Sinister always tripped me out because when I was a kid, I didn't like him as a character because I thought it was a lazy. It just they took Colossus and painted them black and put a cape on him, or whatever. I mean,
It's done.
It felt like it was just too close to
Colossus. And put Tombstone's face on him.
Yeah,
with his teeth.
Right. He felt like a lazy creation of a villain for me, but reading the whole story arc, I actually got way into it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny. I have that book and I've never read it.
Really?
Yeah.
X-Men was the title that I read all the way until I took my first.
Until you found Spider-Man.
Yeah, until I found Spider-Man. Exactly.
It's all in the name there. Excellent books. Holy cow, man.
Yeah, great books,
Those
man.
magazine size ones were neat.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love magazine size. It's always a good one for me.
Yeah, there's some cool ones, and
it's a lost era. The
and
magazines.
they're just a pain in the ass to store,
Yes, they are. You don't have enough of them to fit an entire big box or whatever, right?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I got 6 boxes of them over here.
Well,
I
there
haven't
you
paid
go.
attention. Do they even have magazine slab boxes? They must. But
They do.
Slab boxes, yeah, they would have
They
to.
do.
Well,
PCW has them.
they have 6. Oh, I'm sorry. I have 9 magazine boxes over here,
Holy cow.
Wow.
and I got to buy another.
but only 6 of them that his kid's allowed to see.
There's 7 of them that are Conan. Then we
The other
have
one's got a little
Epic.
bunny rabbit on them.
Nope, none of that.
None of the bunny rabbits?
Nope. No, actual comic mags like Savage Sword of Conan, Epic, some horror ones.
You have that one, Gary?
I have them all.
Nice.
I have the whole run.
I have a stack of various just Conan magazines that I've held on to them since I was a kid, and none of them have ever seen a bag and board. And
Wow. Yeah, see, every single one of mine is bagged and boarded.
I just never. It's the only stack of magazines I owned for probably 30 plus years, and I was like, I can't buy
Oh, and those magazine
100
boxes.
pack of magazine bags and boards.
It's not, it's,
Well,
Magazines.
exactly.
well, no, but the Marvel graphic novels fit in those boxes too. The
That's
Marvel,
cool.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I have a box of just the Marvel graphic novels too, the ones they used to do.
Nice.
The ones that are a pain in the ass are the treasury size.
Yes, those are on my regular bookshelf.
Yeah.
But I just have the Conan and Star Wars ones and a Battlestar Galactica. So I don't have that many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the important ones.
Right. All right. Well, Ben, that was fantastic, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we'll go around the horn here and see what everyone's got coming up. So, Rob, as always, we'll start with you, sir.
Well, Thursday I'll have a mystery box unboxing. We'll be doing a Geek Out with Roscoe $100 mystery box. That'll be dropping. And then Saturday we'll have only slabs with LH Comics and Collectibles. And then Monday I'll be unboxing more keys.
Oof.
Nice.
Those Monday ones, I tell you.
And Steve, what's coming up for you, buddy?
Well, tomorrow I'll be doing the Voices Choices with New Comic Book Day, and Friday I got a video that I'll drop. It's an older one from the AOK that I got from Mark Andrews, which is right there.
Nice.
Nice.
And then next week I'll probably drop some. I got a horror one that I did with Grimm's Ghost Stories, and I did it all dope style. So
nice.
I'm going to drop that on Monday.
Ghost style. You put the hands out there. Ghost
Dope style. Dope. The dope comics. You got to see Dope Comics, man. The guy's hilarious.
Dope's amazing. I've been on his channel a few times. Dope's a great dude. I got to get him back on here again too.
Yeah.
Coming up
his
for me
collection.
in 2 nights' time, we have Namen on the 1011. filling in for Southern Comic Geek, who has the reschedule. But we got Naman coming on. And then on the 16th, we have an extra Saturday edition of the 1011 with Dusty Brick Brown, which will be going on at 7 at night instead of 8. And then Sunday, come over to the channel because you'll see Ben here again. And we're doing the Lucky VIP Lounge secret / not so secret Christmas box exchange.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Right? So we're doing that.
What's the acronym on that?
It's the Spanish
Carry the
then,
one.
next Tuesday, I got to reach out to him and remind him because he's probably forgot. We have Eddie from Old Man Collectibles. He's rescheduled for the 19th. I got to make sure Eddie hasn't forgotten.
Yeah.
And then next week, DVH is back on Thursday for his second go around.
Awesome.
And I had the audacity to take the day after Christmas off, so you have to forgive me. But then closing out the year, we have Frog Brawler on. So big guy on IG with some great books. And he will be on the 28th to close out the year for us.
Nice.
But and Ben, anything coming up for you, sir?
Just the Secret Santa unboxing on the 17th on your channel, and other than that, no, I'm just plugging away at trying to get this room finished.
There you go.
That's it. Takes all my time.
That's a labor.
That's okay.
Because you can
As long
set
as
it
you
up
get it
any
where
way
you want it, right?
Yep.
Because Steve's starting to do that same thing over in his area. He's redoing some stuff.
Yeah, my basement comic book room is being totally gutted.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah,
We
just
should
gotta
all
figure out the theme, right?
Yeah.
Comics.
That's right.
I think my theme is shelves.
There you go.
These J shelves are the best.
Oh, I meant in the main storage facility.
Oh yeah, to put up more long boxes.
Shelves.
Now, I want to also, thank my co-host as I always do, because, I love having other people on with their own perspectives. Thank my guest, Ben. Thank you so much again for coming on the channel, Ben. But I want to thank the crowd. We had a great crowd tonight. Everybody was talking, having a blast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as I like to end these things, guys, keep it casual.